Okay guys, so what we're going to do here is talk about color spaces. If I go up to File, and, sorry, go to Edit, and come down to Color Settings, we're going to create our own color settings menu. And what we want to do is set this up pretty well, similar to what I have. And you guys might have something totally different here. So if I go over to, I have a bunch of these. I don't have a default setting, but you might have monitor color, you might have sRGB. We want to set our working color spaces to Adobe RGB 1998 for the RGB color mode. Otherwise, you could potentially work in sRGB, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so for RGB, we want to come in here and choose Adobe RGB 1998. Don't confuse that with Apple. These are just different color spaces. We want to use Adobe RGB 1998, and also please don't confuse these with your own ICC profiles from color calibration or paper profiles or things like that. We want to use Adobe RGB 1998. Then we want to come down here and make sure that ask when opening is set, ask when opening is set for profile mismatch and missing profiles. Okay, just so you know, the whole idea with this is it's going to allow us to work in the right color space, and it's going to warn us if we open up something that's in the wrong color space. Very, very important. So I'm going to save this once I've set that up. So Adobe RGB 1998, and these three should be selected. Once that's done, I'm going to save that. I'm just going to give it a file name of Pearson T Adobe 1998. Save. Click replace. This is okay. The comment, if you want to add comments here, you want to give yourself a message, you can, but just click OK and that's fine. There you go. Click OK. That's good. So here's what happens, excuse me, if you open up a document that's in the wrong color space. And there we go. So you'll get a warning like this. So I've gone through and opened up a document that's in an sRGB color space. And here's what you kind of have to do. You have to sort of say to yourself, what did I do wrong? Okay, so just clicking OK to suppress the dialog box is kind of a useless thing, because you've got to sit yourself and say, why did I do this? Is my camera somehow reset? So I would immediately check your camera. Did I convert this wrong in Capture One? Now, I did this purposely, so I just made a second copy of this. If I go to my processing settings, and I purposely processed that in sRGB. The downside of this is it throws out a lot of your color information, so you don't have as much color, which for this semester is not as important as next semester, but you want to make sure that you're working in that right color space. So if that happens, go back and check. Is it something you can change? Okay. Can you make a second process copy in Adobe RGB 1998? Yes, you can, because you shot in that. But if you're not shooting in sRGB, if you're shooting in sRGB and you're not shooting Adobe 1998, that's an issue, and you should come see one of us, and we can tell you if this image is savable or not, if you have to ultimately reshoot. Now, I can convert my document from here. As you can see, there's this option. However, you've taken the document, you've compressed the color gamut, and then you've ultimately are trying to re-expand it, but it's too late. You've compressed it, so you're not going to get away from very much. So I wouldn't open the document up at all. I would try to figure out what happened. Okay, so that's why it's very important. That's why this has its own video, to be working in the right color space.